with Ten Hag has been given the sort of power and authority at Man United to drop his captain, to drop the superstar player. You had a similar situation with Oba. How important is it, particularly at big clubs where there are commercial pressures and everything else, that the manager is given that power to make those decisions?
I don't know. I can talk about my experience is that that we do things together, and we evaluate things together. You have to suggest what would you do. At the end of the day, you have the responsibility. I don't think it's the power to pick the team, to pick the players that you want, because if you don't, then you have to go home, because then you are not a coach, you are something else. And then the other thing is about what you're going to do long-term, medium-term with that player, or the role of that player on the team. That I think is something more related to the club and everybody that is connected to it.
And also, just obviously it's a different situation because Ten Hag has only just come in and I've had those first 2 defeats, but you had those 3 defeats last season. But how important is it not to panic when you get bad results and everyone's screaming crisis?
Especially in this league, it's so competitive. The games are won by very small margins, and those periods are going to happen, and you have to be ready for that and understand what kind of reaction you need, and fix them as quick as possible.
Harry?
Well, you seem a little bit calmer this year on the touchline. I was wondering, is that because you're winning, or was that a reflection perhaps of what you saw on the documentary?
I don't know. Sometimes when I look at myself, I don't look very calm, but it's good. I would like to do that more and more often.
Did you were talking about sort of working together as a club. As a young manager or as a new manager in a big club, was it for you about sort of sticking with your beliefs and principles that you felt were relevant for the club, rather than regret not having stuck with them and then find things didn't go how you wanted to?
For me, it's about, being consistent. So when you try to bring an idea or you have a vision and you share that vision with the football club, then you take that direction and you go for it. And if you're not going to go for it, do it with someone else. But to try to do something that you have committed to, and with everybody, and then start to move in other directions, I think that brings all the time a lot of chaos, uncertainty, and lack of clarity. And when that happens, normally everybody disperses and everything breaks away. And I think we stick together. We believe in what we did, and hopefully we can achieve it.
And finally, we go to Nick.
Hey, I just wanted to ask about Gabriel Martinelli. His output's been fantastic so far this season, as we've seen, and it seems his performances have stepped up another level maybe. Would you agree with that, and what would you put that down to as well?
To him, because when he wasn't playing, he was all the time in my office, and every time showing me on the pitch how wrong I was. And the moment that we agreed that he was ready to do it, I think the way he's improved, the way he's helping the team, and still the room for improvement that he has, I think it's phenomenal. So up to him.
What will those conversations be like in the office?
He's just a sad boy. He loves that much what he does. He's so eager to do whatever it takes him to play, that he's all the time there, pushing you and giving you the right reasons and in the right way to give him more minutes. And it's just a joy to watch the freedom and the personality that he plays with.
Do you think players like Martinelli and Saka particularly, they've done a lot for such young players? Like Saka's only 21 on Monday, I think, isn't he? In a way, are they old before their time, if you see what I mean?
Well, it's really rare. What they're doing at a big club is really rare, and if not, just give me examples of things that are happening. But we have a special talent, we have a special people, and we have a club that is willing to promote talent and kids and players from our academy, and you can see the results of it.
Are they men now, not boys?
Sorry?
Are they now men and not boys?
I think there is still a lot to mature, because it's not just what they're able to produce on the pitch, what is happening outside the pitch, their family status. I think it's a lot of things there.
Let's go.
You sort of talked about the sort of mental thing there. Do you think in the past maybe Arsenal did have a bit of an inferiority complex going to Old Trafford or Anfield or Stamford Bridge?
I don't know, but I wouldn't like any of our players feeling that way, because they are good enough to go there and win the match, and I think we have the belief that that can happen. If not, it's better to stay at home.
When you sign players like Jesus and Zinchenko, obviously used to winning these sort of games, obviously that must help with the mentality in the squad as well.
Of course, yeah, because that brings belief, and people who have experiences, positive experiences in those matches, I think is very, very good, because it's very contagious to the group.
Darren?
Lots to talk about your former captain, but your current captain. It's a great start to the season. Can you talk about his influence and what the kind of player that he's in the dressing room and the inspiration that he's providing to the team at the moment?
Well, I already described him many times. He's a really humble, hungry player that has a tremendous quality, that he puts that quality to the service of the team, and is always time willing to do things for others, and I think he's a great role model for the rest of the players and the staff.
Was he underlining exactly why you decided to give him that?
We just try to pick the person and the professional that, in our opinion, is going to represent the best who we are as a club, who we want to be as a team, and so far Martin has done it.
Just one other question. In the documentary, we saw lots of your team talks when the team weren't doing so well, and the way you were inspiring them. Now you've won 5 in a row. Only 11 other Premier League managers have done that. Are you having to come up with different team talks so maybe you can feel on the ground?
I said, I think last week or the week before, that in every period a team needs a different coach. So what they needed a month ago, 6 months ago, to what they need now is different, and we have to evolve and adapt, and we have to all the time be sharp to understand what is the temperature in that dressing room, because we want it all the time. Tune on and full gas.
Sam?
Mikel, when you look at the start that you've had, how much has it helped that you were able to get Gabriel Jesus and Zinchenko in early, weeks before the season started? What difference does that make?
I cannot put a percentage. What I can guarantee you that it helps when you know the players, when you know exactly what you're going to expect from them, when they come in and they show such an attitude and performance straight away. Obviously, there is an impact. How much it is difficult to say.
So when you look at the reaction to last night, for example, and lots of fans, particularly on social media, getting angry and upset, it's almost as if you'd signed Zinchenko yesterday, they'd have been happy, whereas actually you benefited from doing it earlier, right?
Listen, I think it's all about expectations, and as well what happened in the last week or so. Probably everybody was expecting that we could do something, as well the departures that we have. But again, we cannot forget what we've done early. With this being one of the issues in many occasions that we've been through that, and that we are happy with the squad that we have. The club has pushed the boat very, very far to try to accommodate with the situation that we have right now to do it. Ownership, I think they've been absolutely brilliant. I think everybody can see that. But to get everything, sometimes it's complicated.
And just lastly, do you think Oba will do well at Chelsea?
I wish him all the best. That's it.